this is really hard for me, but I can't ignore it anymore. I'm really truly sorry if I offended any of you with what I've done, but unfortunately, the rumors are true. I am a 30-year-old man on the internet. Listen, all jokes aside, I have to say that I believe age is really just a number, and I don't think we should allow it to dictate what we should or should not do, what we can't or can't enjoy, as long as we're not hurting anyone. One thing that I've learned over the past year is that I still don't know who I fully am at my core. And during the time I've spent reflecting on that, I've discovered that I definitely have people-pleasing tendencies, which I'm trying to unlearn. I also know now, in hindsight, that I've been struggling with depression and anxiety, and possibly ADHD-like habits. And to be clear, I'm not really officially diagnosed with those, but as of recently, I am now on an antidepressant medication for the first time in my life. I also got diagnosed with celiac disease last year, which means I cannot eat gluten ever for the rest of my life, which is great. I love that for me, you know? Love that. Well, sorry for the random trauma dump, but basically the point I'm trying to make here is that although I did learn a lot of things about myself in my 20s, I still have a lot of things that I have not figured out. Sometimes it feels like I'm just starting to. And looking back on when I was 20, it felt like I would know everything about myself and how the world works by the time I got to 30, and that I would know what to do with my life. And I didn't think I would still be dealing with the unknown. But here we are, and there's still so much I don't know. Well, what I do know is that my perception of being 30 was completely untrue or unrealistic, and it really doesn't do us any good to set deadlines on when we should be reaching milestones. We've all got our own path to walk, and we all deserve the freedom and respect to search for and follow our own path as we go through life. Not to get too cheesy here, but I think it's good to keep in mind that not all those who wander are lost. And it goes without saying that we have to be kind to each other, but even more so, we have to learn to be kind to ourselves. And gosh, that is so much easier said than done. So, in that sense, this video is a bit of a love letter to myself, to remind myself that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, and figuring it out each step of the way. And the reason I'm talking to all of you about this is because, first of all, I hope that these are things you might relate to, and that it provides some sense of relief. I think knowing someone out there feels the same way makes us feel a little less lonely, right? And particularly, I'm talking about this here to let you know that I would really like to bring life back into this channel and to turn its purpose into figuring out who I am and what I like to do through creating these videos. For so much of my life, I've allowed what others think of me to dictate what I say, what I do, what I put my energy into, and now, as much as I can, I'm going to try to stop doing that and to put my own well-being and aspirations first. And that starts right here, right now from this video on. I'm putting my foot on the gas and seeing where this new journey will take me. I hope that any of you who are watching this have been able to figure these things out earlier in life than I did. But either way, we're all trying our best at the end of the day. Now, before I wrap up this video, I want to speak a bit on this topic from the lens of an LGBTQ+ person. And that's actually a perspective I want to bring into my videos more often. I love the idea of incorporating more discussions around mental health, self-acceptance, and identity, and intertwining those things with topics around pop culture, gaming, and technology. Anyway, if you are part of the LGBTQ+ community, you might have heard of or possibly experienced this concept of delayed adolescence that many of us go through. From my experience, I spent most of my adolescent and early adult years putting on the mask of the person I thought I should be. Straight, masculine, emotionless, and so on.
So, I don't even know if I'm gonna upload this, but if you're watching it, then I guess I uploaded it.
And in doing so, I really muted so much of my personality that I think I completely lost who I am along the way. So I believe that most of us that grew up in some kind of marginalized way, though I very much know I can't speak to all marginalized perspectives here, I think we had to bury so much of ourselves just to make it through each day, to survive. And when we get older, we finally feel empowered to live our lives the way we wanted to back then and the way we want to now. So all that to say, some people might not see me as very mature for making social media content about random stuff, but this is truly what I have wanted to do, but didn't allow myself to fully see through before. And that's going to change. So whether any of the things I vented about speak to you or not, I think we can at least agree that staying true to yourself is so important. And I hope that we can try to lift each other up in working towards that goal and doing it with kindness. I hope this video helped at least one of you out there, and if you feel like it, please leave me a comment below and feel free to share your story with me as well. Thanks for taking the time to listen, and remember to stay awkward. Bye.